host, the Reverend Dr. L. Ronald Durham. This weekly program opens the phone lines for you to call in live and share your questions or comments. On this program, we discuss the latest news and opinions of things that may affect the lives of those here in Daytona Beach and the nation. So join Dr. Durham for today's program.
The following show is a sponsor of Joy 106.3. Joy 106.3 is parent company Ringer Broadcasting Inc. Its owners and associates take no responsibility for the opinions or statements made by the talk show hosts, callers, or their guests. Statements or show topics are not necessarily the beliefs of this radio station.
Good afternoon, beloved, and welcome to this edition of Let's Chat America. I am your radio host, the Reverend Dr. L. Ronald Durham. My lovely co-host, Maureen, a.k.a. Mo, is seated right next to me in the studio. Tyler is our studio engineer. We've been gone for a week, but we are back on the air, and we are excited and ready to bring you another award-winning broadcast here on Joy 106.3 FM. If you're watching us on Facebook, you can already see my guest. She is in the studio, the lovely Nhi Ma Do, a physician's associate,
Thank you
and
very much.
a physician's associate, and you got a bunch of initials after your name, Nhi, and I don't know what they all mean, but you are just the bomb, and we are ready for our health segment, which is our monthly health segment here on Joy 106.3 FM. We're going to change it up a little bit in the new year, but we'll talk about that a little bit later because Nhi's got so much going on, and so do we here at the radio station, and election season is around the corner. So you know what that means. We are going to have candidates on more often as we get and approach that election time. So that's going to change our schedule a little bit with our health segments, but we are going to always have health segments. Today you're tuned in to the number one broadcast every Thursday and Friday, broadcasting out of the world's most famous beach, Daytona Beach, Florida. If you'd like to call and maybe you have a question that you'd like to ask about the health segment today, we may not get to the question that you want, but you may have your own. Pick up the phone, dial those 10 numbers, 386-868-3411, 386-868-3411. Tyler will bring you in. She's monitoring the board. You could be the first caller. Just dial those 10 numbers. Those of you on Facebook, Tyler's watching our Facebook feed as well. If there is a question you have, put it on the Facebook chat, and Tyler will get that to us. And if it's for Nhi, she will answer that question. So we are ready to go. We've got a great segment today. Our topic today is all about the bees, killer bees.
Yes.
Bones, brains, bowels, and blood commonalities. Is that,
Yes.
am I saying that right, Nhi?
Yes.
So this is a great October. There's a lot going on in October as it relates to health. So I'm going to let you go ahead and give us the news about October's health.
Thank you, Dr. Durham. Thank you, Mo and Tyler. You guys are like a little family to me right now for
All right.
our return again on health topics
we're
segment.
Back. We're back.
And it is a well-being theme of all the commonalities, which is a big word, but I just wanted to put a tidbit out there that all of these have common ground between our bowels, our health, and our bones, brains, bowels, and blood. That's the best way that you can just say it all together without like having a word twist. But before I go over October's health awareness, real quick, I want to, because we had rescheduled from last Thursday, I wanted to let everyone know that October 6th to 12th is PA Week.
All right.
So
All
happy
right.
PA Week.
To all the PAs
And
out there.
I'm sending positive energy and gratitude to all the PAs out there. So
Great.
thank you for always having me as a representation of physician associates. And so this is a very special month, and this week especially is important to me each year, not just since I chose my path to become a PA, but also all of my life so far, as my mom's birthday falls on October 9th, and I know Mommy's watching, so happy birthday to you, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Right on today. Yeah, so for this dense month of October, lots of topics for this fall, from our breast cancer awareness month, ADHD awareness month. There's pharmacy month also to all the pharmacists. We're grateful for you. This October is also known as Health Literacy Awareness Month. It's a time to remind ourselves how important it is to make health information easy to understand and healthcare easier to navigate and approaches to whole person health. So remember, health literacy has two sides. First, personal health literacy is our own ability to find, understand, and use health information to make good choices for ourselves and our families. Next, two, is organizational health literacy, which is how well our clinics and health systems support us equitably, making sure everyone has access to the care and resources that they need.
Amen.
So today, with all that said and all that in mind, let's simplify whole person well-being into the 4 B's, as you said, of organ health. So our bones, brains, bowels, and blood. Yes. And I would like to just mention all the information about Conviva before our fun-packed journey ahead here. So Conviva, full name is Conviva Senior Primary Care, where I work, and it is a CenterWell company. The website is convivacarecenters.com, where you can find and locate, based on your zip code, the closest center. In Volusia County, we officially have 10 Conviva locations now, and
That's
I
great.
have transferred, as you know, in the last 2 months
right?
now. Yes, North Daytona Clinic is the name. And I have a colleague and a friend in this clinic named Dr. Brenda Liz Asensio, who's very holistic as a doc as well. And she has been with me from the very start of this launch for Daytona North Daytona Clinic. So we accept lots of different insurances in our senior primary care population, from Medicare Advantage plans, as well as all original Medicare and Medicare supplements. So just call our local clinic to confirm, or the 1-855 number, which is 1-855-888-4874. And our North Daytona local number is 386-241-1657 to schedule.
All right. So we, as I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, we are back to our Joy 106.3 FM's Healthy segment. And it's officially autumn, everybody. Down here in Florida, we don't have to worry about the cold, but it is officially autumn. And today we're talking about the sum of all of the parts that start with the letter B, and practical ways that you're going to learn right here on the program today to maintain our organs' health, plus the overall well-being that all of us should enjoy every day. Joining us, as I mentioned, is Physician Associate Nhi Ma Do, who is a triple board certified
Kudos.
and trained in functional medicine and lifestyle medicine. So, Nhi, let's jump right in. What are some of the facts that our audience should know, first and foremost, about these B's in our body parts? And I went to the doctor yesterday, and I had a good report, so I'm feeling good today.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that, Dr. Durham. And yes, all 4 B's are truly interconnected. So the biggest thing is we want to optimize our bones, brains, bowels, and blood health as we age gracefully and hopefully also wisely.
Yes.
And these 4 deeply connect with one another. Protecting one will strengthen the others. So keep that in mind. We want to make this simple, and so when you learn of one of these and how to optimize one, it will help the rest. So you'll hear the theme throughout this whole segment. And even modest lifestyle changes supporting bone health, cognitive health, our bowel health, and our blood health. So the challenge to tackle these B's is often the how. It's about how best to implement equitable programs widely that effectively target not just one part, but truly the whole person health approach,
Very important.
which is a very much deeply grounded in root cause with functional medicine, lifestyle medicine alike. So we are all here today to feel empowered with lifestyle strategies, from recognition of the importance of whole person health and whole person well-being, to implementation of healing each of these organs and beyond with our entire body from the inside out.
All right, if you're just tuning in, this is our health segment for the month of October, and our guest is Nhi Do. If you have a question or a comment, pick up the phone, dial those 10 numbers. Maybe you've got a health question that you want to ask Nhi about. The number's 386-868-3411. That's 386-868-3411. So, Nhi, bone health, 6 pillars of lifestyle medicine that are in mind. How can we kind of simplify for someone who's listening, and regardless of age, regarding bone health throughout lifestyle medicine with some of the practical tips that I know you're going to give us?
Yes, I love that. And we were focusing lots on practical tips basically over the course of the 6 months. We did all of the pillars from nutrition in January to exercise pillar in February, sleep health, and then we had our de-stress between April and May, then connectedness and avoidance of risky habits in general too. So osteoporosis, when we think of bone health, a lot of people jump to osteopenia. Osteoporosis is not inevitable.
Oh, that's good news.
Yes, even modest lifestyle changes can build and preserve bone strength. So this porous bone, which is by definition phenomenon, is the most common cause of broken bones as we age.
Yes.
Yes, so to build and preserve bone health, and this is what I would say. I'm going to call my mom out again because it's her birthday, and she's my special mother who has allowed me to share with the audience too that she was recently diagnosed with osteoporosis. So what would I encourage my mom, well, translate into Vietnamese, of course, and my sister and I have been really much like in it as a team to motivate her. All of these following. So I'm going to go 1 through 5 so everyone can write down with your pencil or pen and paper. So what would I advise my mother to? So number 1, Mom, is to adopt a nutrient-rich, anti-inflammatory food plan and eating habits, making sure to get enough calcium, vitamin D3 with K2, ideally together, and magnesium. So there's actually a whole handout on the sources of calcium that I want to just call out a couple from here, from the American College of Lifestyle Medicine. There is actually some listed of calcium-rich foods that are all from plants like black-eyed peas, broccoli, collard greens, tofu, and almonds on here in the picture. And on this side, it has some of the serving sizes. So in a sense, there's sardine as well, canned. Sardine has 325 milligram of calcium. We have some of course our fortified cereals, or organic soy milk has 300 milligram for 1 cup. And the firm tofu has 282. I'm just calling out one of the top ones, above 200 milligram per serving of those.
Well, you had me at collard greens.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, forget the tofu, but collard greens, you got me.
Yes,
You had me right there.
Yes, you just have to find what you like and make it into what you would actually see at home, right?
Right.
And so number 2 is to engage in regular weight-bearing exercises and resistant training. Mom doesn't know what's coming to her for her birthday yet. Ideally, combining aerobic and strength training. For example, walking with weights. She doesn't like my ankle weights, but it's gonna be fine. It's gonna have to be something that she'll actually like. Dancing in the pool.
Dancing in the
For
pool.
those who like aqua
Don't have to worry about
Zumba.
falling down.
Right?
Aqua Zumba, right? And then the flexibility and balance, whether it come from Tai Chi, yoga, Qigong, and then also a fun fact, a tip from our a physical therapist, Dr. Nola Peacock, who I listened to on an anti-sarcopenia talk recently. And she said that when you lift heavy weights, make sure that you're able to do just about 10 to 12 reps. That's really the recommendation if it is heavy enough. If you're able to do 20, that is probably not heavy enough for your lift. So, and always target different regions as well. Big muscle skeletal groups. Then number 3 is to reduce exposure to environmental toxins through conscious lifestyle and household choices. So if you're able to understand the ingredients that go into certain things versus guessing, okay, I can't pronounce this, so that must mean you probably don't want that in your body. Yes. Number 4 is to personalize your plan, is considering hormonal balance and gut health to help with improving bone repair and optimize stress resiliency as well, and our mitochondrial function that can be a result of getting adequate rest. So in comparing men and women, when women reaches menopause, our imbalance in osteoblasts, which is the building of bones, versus osteoclasts, the clearing of bones, is way off. We're dropping in the blasting, so we don't really build, but we keep classing, which means we keep clearing the bones. So there's a big imbalance. Men doesn't have to go through the same phenomenon, whereas women does when we have a change in hormones. So definitely all the women out there listening, you definitely want to work on this. The sooner the better, starting now, and it's never too late.
Right.
And then finally, last but not least, mind everyday routines, such as meal timing, sunlight exposure, stress management, again, and moderation in alcohol and caffeine, if any. So if you don't drink, then don't start. So remembering on our theme in previous interview is that we want to start small, one tiny habit per pillar, because micro steps beat mega overhauls. I know you love that.
Yeah, we do.
Yes.
A tiny.
Yes.
That's good, tiny
And
step.
so we stack habits onto something that you already do. For example, after your morning tea, you can do a 5-minute of balance or resistant exercises, and then stack it up to protect your bone health. And then the fall prevention, of course, the topic, I'm going to mention my friend and colleague Chris Tolos and his book on fall prevention for all, and we highlighted those back in July last year, July 2024, and then also last month, September, on the episodes on empowering fall prevention.
Wow.
So.
And this bone segment, reminds me of my brother-in-law, my wife's brother, Eddie. He had COPD.
But he also had bad bone health because of a
prednisone.
lifetime of prednisone for allergies.
And you could just take your finger and poke his rib, and it would break. That's how brittle his
became
bones
so
were.
brittle.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Horrible.
so for those of you out there, this is a very important segment for all of us. Bone health is not something that we usually have our minds focused on, but listen, your skeletal frame is very important
What
to
holds you together.
to your mobility, and if it's not healthy, it impedes your being able to walk sometimes for longer distances, or just to stand erect sometimes. And I've seen people who they're kind of hunched over a little bit, and I think all of that is very important to us to be able to keep that erect structure that we are meant to have.
Our form and our posture.
We have grandchildren with muscular dystrophy. And of course, when you have muscular dystrophy, you have no muscle.
Yes.
So taking care of your bones becomes critical, because it's all you have for navigating your body. It's your bones that do all the work.
Right.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and that goes hand in hand too. That's why I brought up briefly just about sarcopenia, because we brought it up last month too. Osteoporosis, sarcopenia, those two go hand in hand. So you help one, you help the other.
Right.
So
Right.
It's our health segment here on Let's Chat America. Nhi Do is our guest today, Physician's Associate with Conviva. And if you'd like to pick up the phone, you can do that. Maybe you've got a health question of your own. The number to call is 386-868-3411, 386-868-3411. So let's get to number 3, Nhi, and that's brain health.
next one, 2.
2.
Oh, is it 2?
It's actually 2. Bones,
Yeah.
brain. Yep.
Okay, well, it's
It's
3.
okay.
It's 3 on my notes.
He did that on purpose, actually.
But anyway,
Just kidding.
what we're talking about brain health next, everybody. So what are some of the lifestyle interventions to improve cognition in later life? Because brain health is important, and sometimes people can start to notice that little bit of a decline. You're not firing on all cylinders, and it takes you longer to get out what you want to say, because your brain is just it needs to be, I think,
Yes.
jump started.
So brain
Without
health,
caffeine.
brain
without-
health honestly is just as influenced by lifestyle as bone health that we alluded to earlier. I'm going to read a scary little bit fact about this from the Lancet study. It's by the year 2050, the number of people living with dementia in the U.S. is projected to be 12.7 million.
Wow.
About 6.2 million in the U.S. right now, significant burden to caregivers. And then in 2020, it is approximate about 257 billion in unpaid care from our caregivers.
Wow.
So big thanks to all of our caregivers who's been helping in the process. If it's early onset, whether it's mild cognitive decline versus going all the way to the spectrum of dementia. So this is very important wherever that you are, and if you're a caregiver to a loved one that has any issues with brain health, definitely bring this to their attention. And in a recent article in one of the esteemed peer-reviewed journals, the Journal of the American Medical Association, JAMA, and I quote here, evidence suggests that up to 45% of all-cause dementia can be and may be preventable worldwide through modifications of 14 risk factors. So would you like to know those?
Yes.
Yes.
Please.
Across the lifespan and life stages too. So hearing loss, poor vision, gaps in education, exposure to air pollution, obesity, high blood pressure, diabetes, elevated low density lipoprotein, which is the bad cholesterol, the LDL, traumatic brain injuries, physical inactivity, or aka sedentarism, depression, social isolation, smoking, and excess alcohol intake. Those are the 14 risk factors. So they, and I quote again, improved education and cardiovascular risk management, which actually we have been alluded to by listening to all of the healthy segments with practical tips that we've been giving all along throughout this year. So having personalized prevention strategies that target modifiable lifestyle risk factors is a way to treat the root cause of the issue. And then having structured programs that incorporate multiple health behavioral modifications, just like the 6 pillars of lifestyle medicine or the modifiable lifestyle risk factors for functional medicine, plus cognitive training at least 3 times a week, and vascular health risk optimization, which means that it could incorporate the American College of Sports Medicine or the CDC to help promote the guidelines for adults, not just cognitive training, because we want to keep them moving too. Exercise actually help you mobilize everything to work better. So at least 2 non-consecutive days a week of strength and resistance training, plus 150 minutes moderate intensity aerobic activities.
150 minutes.
And then what was that math that you did the other day about 5 days?
I don't know.
A
I
week
might
of
have a
30
little
minutes.
dementia. I don't know.
It was 30 minutes, just doing a brisk walk 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Remember how you said that last time?
I think so.
and
My
don't forget,
short-term memory doesn't work too good.
don't forget the other 2 type of exercise, the flexibility and balance that you can incorporate too. So you count all your minutes within that. There is a handout I want to show on the screen also. In terms of brain health, the neuro framework from ACOM, and this actually just simplify. This is an acronym that you can write down, and I'll tell you each of them. Neuro, N-E-U-R-O framework helps simplify brain protective habits, and this is a call out because implementing all of the acronyms, and thanks to Dr. Dean and Aisha Sherzais, known as the Brain Docs, they have been putting this into practical from just as far as the risk assessment, but all the way to what you can do. So nutrition is for the N, whole food, plant predominant meals, and they have lots of recipes as well that are free on the YouTube channel or on the webpage. And the E is exercise, is to stand up every hour for at least 5 minutes and move, whether we just do I think Mo demonstrated that last time, doing just standing up, doing toe reaches.
Try to reach your toes.
Raise your heels, marching in place, walking around. Just change it up so that you use different muscle group. And these two docs, they're neurologists too, that reminded people about how important are your legs. Your muscles in your legs are very, very important. So don't forget that lower extremities will help you pump better blood up to the brain. So that's how they encourage you to do squats, for example, lunges, and all the things that get your muscle, not just upper extremity, but also lower extremity to remember.
This next one really grabs me.
Unwind. Is that it?
No.
Oh, no. Okay. Yes.
A daily 25-minute brisk walk
Yes.
can cut the risk of dementia by 45%.
Yes. Sorry, I skipped that. But yes.
Woo!
It is
Wow.
incredible, right?
25 minutes a day. Brisk walk.
Yep, daily. Yes.
I can brisk walk in place.
Remember how you said that you want to do just 5 days, not all 7 days a week? So we
Right.
did the math, about 30 minutes to get to that 150.
Right.
If you do 25 minutes a day, every single day, you definitely surpass that recommendation, the minimum recommendation. And guess what? It is shown in studies to cut dementia risk by 45%.
That's a big number.
Yes.
That's a big
number.
Yes. And then next is unwind, right? Stress management that can boost our memory and our focus. So you don't want your mind to be stressing over or ruminating over something that then make you forget all the other things that you have going on in your life. And then R is to restorative sleep. 7 to 8 hours of sleep that can help you clear the waste. Getting those janitor cells working and clearing out the waste that are
Janitor
unnecessary.
cells.
Yes. That are linked to Alzheimer with building up the plaques if we don't clear them at nighttime. And then finally, O stands for optimize. Let's stay socially and mentally engaged. Good stress, the good stress that we talk about back in our Mental Health Month segment, like learning new skills that can build cognitive reserve, like just having a little challenge, a little brain boost for each of us on a regular basis. So that way we can feel that we're constantly getting challenged and we're learning. Because I think learning is helping us preserve
There's no
what we got.
Yes, and staying mentally engaged, I think, is the key to that optimizing of our brain health. And Mo's good at that. She's always, she does two things at one time. Every day, all day, and she does, and it's maybe a word game or a crossword puzzle, or it's her brain is always mentally engaged.
That's amazing.
I think that's one of the keys to being mentally, aware and sharp.
Yes, and we have to use our technology wisely too. There's a lot of hands-on games versus online games, and you can use them and just change them up so that way you're not on the screen for so long, or not taking the opportunity to explore what else is actually out there.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, may I remind everyone one quick tab. So Nhi Ma Do is NHIMADO.org. On the resource tab specifically, there's a drop down of all the different topics. Most of the links or the study that we have talked about and mentioned with resources, I have a bone health and fall prevention tab that talk about all the things that we just talked about. And then the brain health one, I have it as brain health and dementia, I believe, is on there too. I think. See? I have to
Just
remember.
explore. Just go there and explore.
Yes, and what we talk about, if you need a reminder or to look at the sources and the links or the YouTube channel that I mentioned, those are all on there. So NhiMaDo.org, and then hit the resources tab.
All right. If you're just tuning in, it's our health segment Thursday here on Let's Chat America, and our guest is Nhi Do. She is a physician's associate with Conviva right here in North Daytona. And if you're tuning in, it's all about health today. If you have a question or a comment about your own health, maybe a question that you'd like to ask Nhi, pick up the phone, dial those 10 numbers, 386-868-3411. That's 386-868-3411. Those of you on Facebook, you can do the same. If you got a question, put it there on the chat. And Tyler's monitoring the Facebook feed, and she'll get that question to Nhi as well. And we are watching the big screen here in the studio. If anything breaks, right now there's a cabinet meeting at the White House. There's been a tentative first start agreement with Israel and Hamas. We'll see where that goes, and we'll give you more information about that on tomorrow. So, Nhi, let's get to the next one. I'm not going to give it a number.
Number three.
I'm not going to give it a
fine.
number.
It's number 3.
Let's talk a little bit about bowel health. How important is our gut health in achieving the whole person well-being that all of us are desperately seeking and needing?
Yes, improving our health span, not just our lifespan alone. Absolutely. So our bowels define everything about us, hence the essence of who we are. So most of our immune system lives there inside our gut. And this gut-brain connection, I'm trying to link back to what we talked about in the brain, links digestion to mood, link digestion to cognition, and even bone and muscle strength. So a bonus thing I wanted to ask if anyone have heard of leaky gut and this connection between skin and gut health too. So my published article on the American Journal of Lifestyle Medicine exactly a year ago now, it collects evidence of some of the lifestyle pillars that influence the gut microbiome, including dietary intakes, exercise, sleep, stress, and toxins exposures. And it discussed why maintaining a healthy intestinal microbiome is important for the health of all organs in the human host. So that article, you can actually search and find it. It's called From Leaky Gut to Leaky Skin, a clinical review of the lifestyle influences on the microbiome. And that's a mouthful.
Since you're an expert, and I don't even know if it's in here. Are you going to cover probiotics? Is it mentioned?
It's not in here, but
No.
it was in here, in the actual article itself.
Should I even bother to take probiotics? They don't seem to do anything.
So there is a lot of research on different probiotics that gear towards different reasons. So, for example, when I was doing my research on gut and skin axis, I was able to fine-tune the type that will help you build more of your own subtype. So actually, I'm going to flip to that section since you asked. This is a beautiful way to kind of implement what we can see. Outlook on probiotics use. That whole segment right here in this article actually talk about with the non-host factors and the host factors. So let me kind of narrow it down to tell you what kind of information based on the factors that are most important based on the segment, because it is a lot. There's so much research out there for probiotics, and you don't want to just randomly get one that may or may not be helping you build what you need.
And they're expensive.
And they're not meant to be forever either. So just like many of the supplements, so I mentioned about K2, D3 earlier. As we age, we don't absorb from the sunlight as much with vitamin D. So we tend to have depleted levels, and we want to check the labs to make sure that it is actually truly deficient before we supplement. Just like for B12, we don't absorb it as well in our foods, and especially as we age, we want to be able to see what the levels are, because low vitamin B12 can lead to cognitive decline and dementia. So that's another thing that we want to prioritize. So I'm going to read you a quick segment that the strategies include the use of probiotics, prebiotics, and dietary intakes and other consumed substances that affect the skin through the gut microbiome. Probiotics are not limited to supplements. They can be derived directly from plant-based foods. Prioritizing a food-first approach with dietary fiber-rich options can help restore a leaky gut or leaky skin by supporting a healthier microbiome. So yes, there are lots of research out there that you can take in short term, and especially I was inspired to write this because of my skin journey with eczema and psoriasis over the course of my almost 5 years now, to really help reset and build back up the needed substrains that I absolutely want to not be depleted in order to optimize my skin health. So, and we haven't gotten to the next segment about how more and more people are being affected by this gut dysbiosis, which I call that aka leaky gut, more now than ever. And as a result of this phenomenon, pro-inflammatory effects ensue on a variety of different organs, from skin to the brain and to all of the other B's of the organs. So for example, constipation, let's take that one, is one of the most common bowel complaints, but it's only a symptom. It's not a disease. There's a new constipation toolkit that I was very honored to help develop alongside with my PA and APRN colleagues to highlight that simple lifestyle strategies are the first line treatments. And I'm going to show that real quickly on the screen, and I'm going to give you both a copy. This is how all the strategies for constipation look like. It is actually free. It's a complimentary handout that's now released to the public through ACOM. So fiber is the number one thing that we'll talk about, because fiber, we talk about that for almost every segment now since we have started, right?
Yeah.
Making fiber-rich foods becoming 50% of that
Yes,
plate.
and we've been doing that.
Yes,
Doing
yes,
good.
they've been implementing it.
Yes.
That's the most amazing part. So
And water.
absolutely, fiber and plus your water. So most people still only get about 10 to 15 gram, which is definitely not enough. You need at least about 25 to 45. So just in the little meat in the middle, about 30 grams or so at least daily, with plenty of water, like Mom said. And the new food guidelines now recognizes that healthy eating is about more than just food, right? How we eat can be just as important as what we eat. And listening to our body instead of tracking servings or counting calories, the guidelines encourage listening to our body's hunger cues and fullness cues to then guide the amount that we eat. And being more mindful, using all of our senses and knowing how to appreciate every bite of food and taking the time to eat help us enjoy. I think chewing, I had to slow down myself on my chewing in order to feel more satisfied with every bite.
That's a handicap. That's a problem for me. I eat too fast. I want to eat, get up, and get back to what I was doing instead of slowing it down. And and if you take your time, you'll eat less, because you allow your body to respond to what you're eating and become full, and then you won't feel the need to finish your plate. You'll push away.
Yes, like coming for seconds or thirds.
Right.
Or yes. And then movement is the next one too. As you eat more fiber and drink more water, you want to also move to get you going on a regular basis, making good bowel movements.
Get you going.
Exercise from yoga, and then proper body posture. So if you need something to lift your heels up a little bit, to get that nice posture that you need, stress and sleep is super important. Good rest and relaxation can help strengthen digestion through our vagus nerve that innervates and tell us, okay, it's time to move along. Everything needs to move along. And then our rest and digest mechanism is definitely innervated by that nerve too. The connection is super important. Having strong relationships reduce stress and support healthy gut bacteria. Who knew that healthy people and healthy relationships that we have can influence our gut microbiome too? So here's the fun part. Nutrition that supports bowel health also strengthens bones, muscles, and brain functions. So plant diversity is the key. Eating colorful fruits and vegetables, beans, seeds, legumes of all kinds, and whole grains.
Yes.
And
you brought us some beans today.
Yes.
Yeah.
From your garden.
Yes, these are thanks to my mom. The seeds are actually from her. Again, Mom, thank you and happy birthday. And we are blooming with in our garden between the squash season coming to an end, and then now all these beans. These are string beans, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't seen them yet, you can look at them. Some of them grow really long as well. Oh, Mo is about to show them on the camera.
Yeah, I'm going to pull them out here.
Yes. So,
Because,
oh yes, she's gonna show them how they look like. They have little spots on them.
my first question was, my first thought was, well, are they going bad because they are brown and green? But no, that's how they grow.
Yes.
They grow spotted.
And some of the
And
string
it's just
beans,
like string beans.
they
Yeah.
come in purple too. I've seen them in a different color.
That makes
than
for
the green.
colorful salad too.
Yes,
we would.
yes,
Yeah, I'm
absolutely.
gonna eat
So I'm
these
glad
babies.
to share with you both. And yeah, we always love to share from our garden, and then also recipes that we can do to promote more health. Because I think it happens with every single meal, every food that we put into our bodies is a chance to give us nourishment versus take away nourishment. So that's how I think whenever I take a bite of food. So
That makes sense.
yes, and I want to leave us with plenty of time for the very last B for today. But this B is a dense one, right, Dr. Durham?
It is.
Yes.
And so we're ending everybody with that final B, which
Number 4.
which is blood health, and it's ending with that big bang that I think all of you are listening want to have, because this is a very, very important part of your whole physical well-being, is that blood health. So go ahead, Nhi, take it away.
Yeah, so with a bang, no pun intended, B word that fuel all of the other B words that we have discussed. Last but not least, let's talk what fuels all of the brains, the bones, and also our blood. Blood fuel the blood, right? And the bowels. So iron matters, yes. And I know you might think of that, iron deficiency anemia, as a blood topic right off the bat, but so do blood pressure, blood sugar, blood cholesterol. So let's first begin with iron, which is an essential mineral for the human body, maintaining blood health, and is a primary component of hemoglobin, which is necessary for to bind oxygen in our bloodstream and transporting it to the rest of the vital organs and tissues in our body. So we are all familiar with the idea that too much or too little iron can be dangerous. And the type of iron we eat matters too. Although heme iron from animal products has a higher bioavailability, it can be absorbed way too easily. So non-heme iron, on the other hand, from plants, are actually better able to regulate absorption, and it's based on how much our body needs, based on the amount that we actually eat them. And there's a whole article, which I actually highlight, I think, on that resource tab on nhimado.org, is under the iron deficiency anemia tab. But it's the Food Revolution Network that I gave an article to Dr. Durham to see. It's a less than 15 minutes of a read on iron-rich foods. And
Collard greens.
yes, again, yes, definitely. Yes, I think you're going to be eating collard greens tonight.
Collard
I
greens,
might be.
spinach.
Yes, and chickpeas is
chickpeas.
way up there on the number one, and edamame and organic soy products basically too. So next, so let's think about circulation and blood chemistry. So blood pressure, blood sugar, blood cholesterol are all major drivers of health span and lifespan. So let's think about our lifestyle first approach. When it comes to nutrition, what have we already discussed about? A plant-forward eating, where it can lower cholesterol, stabilize the blood sugar. That is a pattern that you want to adopt. And then movement. Regular exercise improves insulin sensitivity, meaning that you have lower risk of prediabetes or diabetes with better insulin sensitivity, and helping with your vascular health and with your circulation when you move. And then sleep and stress management, because for poor rest and chronic stress will raise blood pressure automatically and raise blood sugar and raise blood cholesterol. It is a very insidious thing, because hypertension or high blood pressure is known as a silent killer. It is something that someone can have high but don't feel any symptom until it's too late. That can cause a heart attack or stroke. So that's why we want to really optimize that. So lowering your stress and improving your sleep, both quality and quantity alike. And then avoiding risky substances. No tobacco, alcohol, or ultra-processed foods is considered a risky substance too, ladies and gentlemen. These all damage our vessels. So we have to think about what is really the core message at the end of the day. Well, it is small daily choices that prevent hypertension, which is high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and cardiovascular diseases. All of these conditions that can cut our lifespan and cut our health span, they are all interrelated. And if you improve one, you improve the rest of them as well. So these are a huge connection as we go through knowing bones and brains and bowels and blood is all getting fuel by one another.
Yep.
When you work on one, you're basically improving the rest.
Yeah. And ultra processed foods, is something that, people are always moving. They're on the go. They're
Looking for shortcuts.
Looking for short ways to make dinner. But having fresh vegetables and fresh food is certainly more advantageous than opening up that can and using that ultra processed food from whatever that can source is. So everybody out there, if you can, try to make the time to spend that little extra few minutes with fresh products, and you will see the difference. That's for sure.
And visit your farmers market. Support your locals.
And we have a good one here in Daytona every Saturday.
Yes, there's also one in the Port Orange Pavilion Market too on Saturday mornings as well. So there's plenty of opportunities that you can go on to support. And produce, sometimes, yes, they go bad faster and you have to store them appropriately. My mom actually showed me a tip when you take newspaper and you cover whatever the fruits or the vegetable is, and you put it into a plastic bag and then seal that, and then that's the trick that she taught me in college. So that I can keep my produce longer. Or you can also get
a brown paper bag and then stick it in the Ziploc.
Absolutely. And also frozen that you can keep longer too. Berries, they can come frozen. You can make smoothie with your berries. I freeze my spinach, so I buy my spinach so I can make smoothie out of spinach. I freeze the whole thing so I can keep them longer. There's cauliflower rice that you can freeze, as well as all sorts like broccoli that you can freeze, all kinds of vegetables that may be cheaper buying frozen.
And what I find is motivating for me to eat more fresh vegetables. Buy them, and rather than hurry up and cook every night so that before they go bad, cook them all in one day. And then sort them in containers
and freeze them.
That way you have fresh vegetables every time you eat.
Yes.
And I don't want to
stock it up.
I don't want a can company to sue us, so I'm not telling you to throw away all the cans that are in your cupboard.
And honestly, there's
whenever you can, fresh.
Yes, low sodium. If you think about some of the protein, like beans and legumes, and even the chickpeas. I have my canned chickpeas that are low sodium.
Low sodium.
And organic.
Pick the cans with low sodium.
And buy in bulk. So I do have them a lot stocked up. But yes, sometimes that you can actually utilize, even with the chickpeas, and you try to avoid lowering your oil use, you can use the aquafaba from the liquid of the organic chickpeas in a can too. So I save that in a glass container in the fridge also when I drain them out.
Someone once told me that when you use canned beans or vegetables, that if you drain off the water that's in the can and wash the vegetable off and then season them yourself, it's healthier.
So yes, you can get especially if it's full of preservatives or sodium.
Get rid of it.
So you want to drain and get rid of a lot of the sodium that's in it. So, absolutely.
Right.
Lots of practical tips and tricks. I like
absolutely. We're up against the clock, Nhi. So I know there's some key takeaways from all of the B's that you gave us.
Yes.
So go right ahead.
Well, firstly, let's remember that health literacy is about empowerment. So by making information simple, practical, and personable, we can all take action within our own lives. And by living out all these 4 B's, bones, brains, bowels, and blood, we truly add not just more years to life, but adding more life to our years. And I think that's an improvement that we want to see within our health system, all in general. The mindset of each health professional team member is that we're all in this together, and we're all trying to help our population. And when we serve in our population of seniors, we get to influence the next generation. A lot of our seniors bring their caregivers or their family member to come to the visits with them. They get to see that the improvement if they're a grandparent or a parent. If my grandparent or my parent did that and able to reverse the diabetes or work on improving, putting from osteoporosis back to osteopenia, for example, if they are doing that and I'm witnessing it, and so can I. And I think that that's the inspiration for that next generation that we get to see blossoming and choosing options that are healthier for them, so that way they can follow the footsteps of the grandparents and parents. And then last but not least, may I mention about the wellness centers?
Yes. I know you got a bunch of them.
Yes. At the 10 locations in Volusia of our market in Conviva, we have wellness centers spread throughout Palm Coast, Ormond Beach, North Daytona, which is where I'm located, where Darcy has given me the awesome calendar to talk about too briefly. And there's South Daytona, East Port Orange, Orange City. All of these each have an activity coordinator, 7 out of the 10. So if you'd like to visit the North Daytona location, Darcy has been building her theme. Last month, she started off with nutrition, having a nutrition awareness month in September. This month, we focus on number 2 pillar, exercise. So all the activity goals to go through the theme. And guess how aligned this is with all the topics we talked about. In terms of bone health, there's actually some nutrition workshop and healthy snacks throughout the month on our Mondays at 2 p.m. And these are all free. Whether you're a patient or considering to become a patient, please come and join in and bring a +1. You can bring your friend or neighbor too. We have a fall prevention workshop actually happening today at 2 p.m. And then fall prevention workshop, she keeps it on Thursday at 2 p.m. Then we have brain games and puzzles. And Mo, you might enjoy those. Those are on Tuesday right now on her calendar throughout the month of October at 3 p.m. At the North Daytona, which is right at the Bucky exit into the plaza. Is right there. So we did bone and brain. Bowel Health, all about the nutrition workshop again, healthy snacks. So yes, absolutely. Everything that you do with one organ, it will help you with the rest. And she has a lot. She used to teach yoga, so she's been doing a lot of adaptive yoga as well throughout the month. In all these classes, she actually lead them herself. So I'm super excited for her, and our whole clinic and our whole team are very blessed to have her. So yeah, we were grateful for the opportunity to come together as a unit and really bring forward, because an encounter to see Dr. Asensio or myself on the back end need to reflect over at the wellness center what you can do regularly, and join us to put that task into action. Because yes, it's not about a talk, it's about walking our walk.
There
also.
you go. Our guest today has been Nhi Ma Do, Physician Associate with Conviva. And if you've missed any portion of the broadcast today, we do have our own YouTube channel. It's Let's Chat America on YouTube. And so this segment is going to be uploaded so that you can go back at your leisure. Sometimes you can't grasp it in the first time you hear it. So you can go back, replay it.
It's a lot to absorb.
Yeah, it's a lot to absorb. Replay it, take your time, make notes. And it'll be on our YouTube channel, Let's Chat America YouTube channel, very, very shortly. We are up against that clock, so we've got to get out of here. But listen, we'll be right back here tomorrow, same time, same station, 12 noon, right here on Let's Chat America, broadcasting out of Joy 106.3 FM. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow, Lord willing. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program here on